Kia ora, hello, and welcome to Anyway, the podcast where I unpack the chaos of reality TV. I am your host, Natalie McMurray, coming to you from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Today, I'm diving into Real Housewives of Rhode Island, episode 9. We open still at Rosie's house, with Rosie screaming about how much of a bitch Kelsey is. She starts furiously spraying protection spray around her house to exorcise the demon spirits Kelsey left behind. Poor Clemmy is being doused in protection spray, which honestly can't be good for her. Also, Bravolebrities will buy any kind of lotion, potion, spray they can get their hands on. Remember Craig's empathy spray? L-O fucking L, Craig. More power to them, I guess. In the car, Kelsey calls Liz to let her know how it all went down. According to Kelsey, Rosie is the only one that has slept with married men. She's going to be sending Rosie a Venmo request for the gas she wasted driving to her house. These two are so petty. I love it. We then see Ashley and her barista husband getting supplies for their cafe. They're discussing the trivia date night. They're discussing the trivia night that they're having at Audrey's to try and generate more business, I think. Clearly, he's not into the idea of making more money and working less hours by becoming an influencer instead of baristaing. They do say work smarter, not harder, Jared. But whatever. You do you. Anyway, obviously Ashley has never been to a bulk buy supermarket before because she's in awe of the huge box of chocolate that they have. And also, she would like to start selling Doritos by the bag at Audrey's. Not necessarily my first choice of cafe food, but okay. Ashley has childlike whimsy about her, doesn't she? I have to say I'm liking her more as the season goes on. At first, I found her slightly annoying. We could probably chalk that up to the perpetual crying in the first 4 or 5 episodes. Rosie calls Ashley and gives her the rundown of what just happened between her and Kelsey. And Rosie is refusing to go to trivia night if Kelsey is going. Ashley is all, what happened to the bonding we did on that big-ass water slide? She's going to let the situation simmer while she pops open a bag of Doritos. I had a feeling she bought those for herself, because that's exactly what I would have done. Rolla meets Alicia at the beach. They just so happen to run into Joe Allen's neighbor, Amanda. Apparently, Amanda and Joe Allen no longer talk. Apparently, Joe Allen stabbed her in the back. Rolla says her light is being dimmed, and she's blaming Joe Allen. She says she doesn't want to go to trivia night either. It's going to be slightly hard to have a trivia night when there's no one around to answer the questions. Alicia talks about how her father left her mother with nothing, and how if Billy leaves her, she'll be in the same position. Rolla asks what steps she wants to put in place so she can feel secure if that were to ever happen. I honestly feel bad for Alicia. I've seen the now deleted posts from her that say that Billy has been taking money from her. It seems like she's adding a lot of value to his life, but he doesn't want to make her feel financially safe. Billy needs to step his shit up if he wants to be with Alicia, because she's a queen. And I know that the Bravo fandom will help her out with whatever business venture she chooses, be it dolls, crackers, or 10-wick candles. We see Joe Allen and Gary meeting Liz, Jerry, Kelsey, and Bill for dinner. These ladies got their drink orders straight from the Real Housewives playbook of convoluted cocktails. Liz orders some kind of gin drink with pomegranate and a shit ton of lemons, and Kelsey orders a lemon drop martini on the rocks with no lemon jello. The issue I found with a complicated drink order is that they're never consistently good. And you run the risk of a bartender spitting in your drink for being difficult. Joe Allen tells Kelsey and Liz that Rosie called her after the argument, which Liz is perplexed by, because she was under the impression that they don't really get along. Liz wants us to know that Joe Allen is like a banana peel, slippery as fuck. Kelsey tells them that Rosie called her a slam pig, a term which she had not heard before, along with 99.9% of the world's population. She gives us the definition. Joe Allen wants us to know, in no way, shape, or form is it a compliment. If someone was screaming slam pig at me, trust and believe, I know I'm not being complimented. Liz tells us that she does not like slut-shaming terms. And neither do I, unless they're directed at misogynistic men, who tend to be the people creating these terms. Just a PSA for anybody who needs to hear this. If you're a woman tearing down other women for sucking dick and slut-shaming them, you're tearing down all women everywhere. Please stop. Kelsey says, hands down, she's going to trivia night. She doesn't want to see Rosie, but she wants to support Ashley and I guess be the bigger person. Kelsey wants to ask the men at the table whether it's normal for a long-term partner to pay for stuff after they've broken up. She makes a joke about blowing her ex in front of her current boyfriend, which is a bit of a woof. Kelsey then says, well, I don't want to be homeless like Alicia. Which is a double woof, Kelsey. I get that these women don't necessarily believe that Alicia was homeless, and whether their definition of homeless applies to Alicia's situation or not, that's Alicia's truth. And Liz is her friend from childhood. So, I don't love that. We arrive at Audrey's for quiz night. Ashley wants us to know that she has IBS about the situation between Kelsey and Rosie. Something tells me Ashley gets an upset stomach from nerves a lot. Jared, the barista, wants Ashley to know if there's a fight, trivia is cancelled, and everyone is going home. First of all, no one cares about the trivia, Jared. Secondly, have you seen any episode from the franchise you are now a part of? There will be fighting, believe you me. You wouldn't be making money from the show otherwise. Put the steam wand down and get with it, Jared. Rosie arrives in her hideous pink Jeep. Ashley tells her Kelsey is coming, but they'll be sitting at separate tables, which the producers have actually put right next to each other. It's really no point. The other ladies begin to arrive. Ashley says Ruler couldn't come. I guess she has yet another mystery illness. Kelsey hasn't even arrived yet, and these ladies are already bickering. Alicia tells us that she loves trivia, which is yet another reason why I love her. Jared is trying his damnedest to yell the trivia questions over the noise that the women are making. Yeah, good luck with that. The first round is 10 questions about Disney. He asks, what's the name of the wisecracking pig in Toy Story? Rosie and Ashley, who are both self-confessed Disney nerds, apparently have no idea. Joellen writes down Kelsey, because the slam pig of it all. We then see Kelsey arriving with the iconic line, she's beauty, she's grace, she's Miss Slam Pig, United States. She has a sash and everything. That is good housewifery, Kelsey. Kudos to you. The ladies are dead. Liz is living for Kelsey's sense of humor. The loudspeaker, not funny. The sash, pretty fucking funny. All of the women are trying to navigate the Rosie-Kelsey situation. All except Ashley. She's invested in the quiz. She wants to know what the fuck the big blue bug from Rhode Island is. Too bad for her, she's literally the only one not from there. I guess they don't have those big blue bugs in Minnesota. They all end up around the same table. Kelsey reiterates that she was just trying to make a joke, and they get into a full-blown yelling match. Ashley then starts screaming, who's tired of yelling and fighting all the time? Holy shit. And now she's crying again. Just when I thought she'd dried those tears. She wants to know if they can all just have a normal conversation that's not about drama. Apparently she doesn't know what show she signed up for either. Rosie and Kelsey are continuing to argue, and all the other women are ducking for cover under the table. The amount of money I would have paid to be one of those spectators at Audrey's is not normal. Ashley is embarrassed because this is her establishment, even though she's contributing to at least 33% of the embarrassing behavior. Rosie gets up and storms out. Ashley is upset and on the verge of tears again. But you know what? She's a fucking trooper, and she's still participating in the quiz by herself. She wants us to know that the president's helicopter is called Marine One. Serious business. Over at Alicia's house, her and her daughter Selena are proposing business ideas to her partner Billy for Pizza Mama. We see the presentation sitting on the table, which looks like a cardboard box open up to create 3 panels, each with colored cards, sparkles, and pictures all over them. It's giving my 11-year-old self science fair presentation. And honestly, I was pretty proud of that mini volcano by way of vinegar and baking soda. Alicia says she wanted to include Selena because this is her legacy too. She points out that the thing that makes Pizza Mama different is the chandeliers. She wants more glam. She wants heart pizzas, not just on Valentine's Day. She wants gift boxes and cute notes with the pizza. She wants to introduce fashionable uniforms. I'm down with all these ideas. I personally would be thrilled if somebody got me pizza for Christmas. It would save me having to eat roast parsnips. Alicia says she's nervous to talk to Billy because he is very stickle about his business. She needs her game face. God, I love this woman. Somebody give her a raise, please. She needs to lead this man. After the presentation, she sits down with Billy and explains why it's important for her to be a partner with him. She asks, "Do you trust me with the business?" And he laughs in her face. This fucking guy. He's extremely condescending toward her. I don't like it. She asks if she can have part ownership of Pizza Mama's, and he agrees that she should be compensated for her input. I'm not entirely convinced it will be what she deserves, but we shall see. Rosie calls Ashley and tells her that she's arranging a trip to Boston for everyone to go and watch Rich cosplay as Frank Sinatra. Everyone except Kelsey, that is. Over at Liz's house, Liz is participating in some form of skincare ritual. One where she slaps herself in the face with a tiny orange hand spatula. I would love to know what the end goal is here. Anyway, we move over to Rosie's house where her and Rich are getting ready for the Boston event. Rosie can't wait for their house to be done. She is sick of doing her lashes in the living room because her diva husband is using the one bathroom they currently have. Rosie tells us that when she first met Rich, he asked her to be in his music video, which we get snippets of. And I'm not even sure where to begin with this so-called music video. First of all, if that's his original music, I can see why he switched to singing Frank Sinatra songs. Also, the dancing on top of that seat on the street outside of his sunglass hut, that was a choice. She says she doesn't remember him being that nerdy. And I would like to say he's still that fucking nerdy. You're about to go and watch him pretend to be Frank Sinatra for the 500th time. Need I say more? Rosie tells us that Rule is not coming to the Frank Sinatra dress-up event. Tell us something we don't know, Rosie. She also says that Clemmy is traumatized by Kelsey's visit to their house. I say she's traumatized by that hideous dress you keep forcing her to wear. Alicia and Liz arrive at Joe Allen's house. They're getting ready to head to Boston. Joe Allen prepares a giant cheese board and brings it in the car, which is absolutely wild. There is nowhere to put a cheese board. Cheese is now falling off through this whole ride, and I'm having trouble concentrating on anything else. Liz screams out of nowhere, and I'm like, someone save the brie! Turns out the driver just went super fast up the butt of the car in front. Meanwhile, none of them are wearing seatbelts. Buckle up, ladies. Jeez. Anyway, Alicia is talking about a conversation she had with her mum about her dad and how embarrassed they were by the situation they were in when Alicia was a kid. He apparently took the house or sold the house, and then they had nowhere to go and had to move from house to house. Liz will not let the fact that Alicia used the word homeless go, which I find extremely insensitive. She needs to let it go. Let the mouse go, Liz, please. Alicia is pissed. She says to Liz, "You're showing your real colors." And now they're yelling at each other. John wants everyone to take a breath. I blame all of this anxiety on that fucking cheese board. I'd lose my shit knowing it's about to fall over the floor too, no matter what the topic of conversation. At the end of the episode, Liz is trying to apologize, but she's still being super aggressive. And Alicia is crying, which we hate to see. Anyway, that's it for today. Happy Summer House Reunion Eve, everybody. I'll be back later in the week. Thanks for listening. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.